Welcome to our channel. This is our second recording of Cultivating Grace. If you missed the first one, please go back and look at that. That was our inaugural video, which I'm sure will be historic.
And you'll
I'm,
notice we're wearing the same clothes because we're actually recording this on top of the other one.
yes, they noticed that. I'm Mark Brown. I'm a hospice chaplain.
And I'm Rohini Kanaganti. I'm a physician in hospice and palliative care. And we're really offering this up as short segments to help you, whoever you are, whether you are just a normal human being, just walking about, um, someone with serious illness, a family member of somebody who is afflicted with a burden, someone who's dying, family member, friend, whoever it is you are, you can be in any walk of life, really. We're hoping to offer um, a moment of resting into presence and comfort. I had I didn't say this to you, Mark, but I have a wonderful friend. She is a trauma therapist
Mm,
who who says her name is Karen Drummel. She lives here locally, an extraordinary being. She says, "We mend, but grace heals."
mm, mm,
And this is for me, the meaning of cultivating grace is
mm,
actually to offer spaciousness, like in the painting that you showed before,
mm,
in the first episode, to ourselves, so that grace actually, we're not ourselves deliberately cultivating it, but we're making space so that
mm,
grace can move
mm.
through and act.
Is grace one of those things that once you try to define it, that it kind of disappears, or can it be defined? And I'd love to hear your take on that. What's grace?
Taking a moment to blow my nose because
Yes.
I received the gift of a cold from my husband. I just want to say, I'll come back to this. It's not squirrel. I'll come back to this tree.
Okay.
But that it may be that I'm on the verge of some virus that's passing through,
Sorry.
and that any illness can be seen as an opportunity to actually slow down
Mm,
and
hmm
integrate what we're learning.
hmm
In
Like it's
the
like pain. Pain and illness are oftentimes to center back to get us out of whatever rabbit hole we've gone into. Come back. Yeah.
So, in answer to your question, you having allowed me to go off and then return, um, what it feels like what Grace said inside me was what isn't grace,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? And I have tears in my eyes saying that, and I just really want to point out that Mark and I are very secular. Um, I am a deeply spiritual person. I'm not religious. Um, and we're hoping, I mean, what isn't grace, right?
Hmm.
Where isn't grace?
Hmm. I love that. And this is new to me. I was a deeply religious person. I was raised that way, and for much of my life, was very tormented by that religiousness. But in the last several years, I heard someone talk about this blue sky that's always there. And when you said this, Rohini, I thought grace is the blue sky. Now, there are things that can obscure the blue sky,
Mhm.
and maybe things that can obscure the grace, but grace just is.
Yeah. What
Um,
is? What
yeah,
is?
yeah.
Yeah. And how we might interact, and there might be future episodes in which we talk about this, how we might interact with grace.
Mm,
In that cultivation is actually allowing it, right, to breathe, to meet it and to allow it, and then to belong in that sort of inner mindset, that spaciousness in which it's unfolding, to observe it. And there may be a point where we co-create with grace.
mm. Ah.
maybe I'm getting way ahead of myself. Mark,
Fine.
did you want to tell a story?
I can tell a story. I'll tell you what, let's stick with Grace for this, and
Okay.
we will tell the story in the next one.
Just,
Um, I want to bounce off what you were just saying there, which is often there can be so much noise.
Mhm,
And for me personally, I had so much noise in my head,
mhm,
and I really didn't think I had any control of it.
mhm.
But then I found out that I did, and that I could actually train my mind to be more still and witness that noise and go, ah, that's more noise, and let it go. And that was completely new to me. I'd never been taught that in my religious experience. And a lot of my religious practices just created more noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So grace is, and there are noises that can obscure that grace. And maybe the people who may be watching this are going, absolutely, I know exactly what you're saying. I've got so much noise right now. Is grace really, is grace there? Um, is it out there somewhere? Is it here?
Yeah. The moment that you said, Mark, there is so much noise, it wasn't just the words, it was the way in which you presenced it. You brought it through with so much kindness. I immediately felt myself tearing up. And I don't have any crisis going on right now, no hardship. My life is incredibly gifted with sweetness, and yet there's this human experience of knowing the noise and longing to feel the spaciousness and the peace, because ultimately, as humans, who doesn't want to be happy? Who
Mm,
doesn't want to be peaceful? You know,
mhm.
um, I yeah, thank you for that. And I also want to say, um, and it's funny, here I am saying to the very open-minded chaplain, that, and to you who's listening, that uh, there's no intention here to denigrate or to diminish any of our structures in our lives.
Yes,
That
yes.
really honoring whatever structure you feel supported by and grounded by and earthed by, because that is the power of structure. It's whether it's a meditation practice, a prayer practice, contemplation practice, or religion, um, or a school that you're going to, that we really, really honor it. And that um, the image that comes to me is then the capacity to see the space within the structure. Because, Eckhart Tolle, who's one of my favorite teachers, Mark, talks about, um, if you're in this room, in your room, and I'm in my room, and well, what is a room? If we take away all the walls, what is there? There's still that spaciousness. It's still a room, right? It's so what we're offering is, no matter what the structure of your current life is and what is going on for you now, that there is spaciousness, and that spaciousness perhaps can be called grace. Mm.
Love it. Rohini, one of the things I love about you, and I've loved this about you for several years, is that anytime I hear your voice or see your face, I just feel it's like hug. You're just like this hug. You're just a big hug. That's just what you are. So I hope everyone feels that. I'm sure they do. And so yeah, part of this for me, a benefit for me is just to get to be around you in this kind of setting. And I think, isn't that what we really offer anyway, is our presence with people? Probably, will anyone remember any of the things we said? Maybe not, but they'll remember how they feel when they're with us. Because that's how I feel about you.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that, because it's a business construct, right? Which is when you're selling something, don't sell the thing, sell the feeling, right? Sell how you want people to feel after you leave.
Mm,
And 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 that's incredible wisdom,
mm.
which is how how do we want to have people feel, whether we're with them or without them, whether it's your friends or family members or just yourself. How do we want to be feeling? And can we be love radiators to each other?
Love radiator. Oh, I love that. And with that, that's probably the time we have for today.
Yeah, that's it. And last time you saw me fumbling, not knowing how to stop the recording, and this time I will know.
We
Until
learn.
next time.